Shalom Yadin! We're back with another episode of Transforming Struggles into Strength. Now, it's been quite a while since our last episode. As some of you may or may not know, about 2 months ago, my father passed away. And only a few days after he passed, my daughter Yocheved, who you might have seen in previous episodes, she passed away as well. And in my back of my mind, I knew that I didn't want the series to stop. I didn't want, on the count of such a strong sadness, such a strong tragedy in not only my life, but my wife, my children, all the amazing people who davened for them, all the amazing people who said Tehillim for Yocheved, the people who would take on extra mitzvahs for Yocheved's recovery. I didn't want all that to stop. So I knew I had to continue the series. And then the question was, what would be the first thing I talk about? It's a little bit of a hard transition. So for this episode, I'm going to give a brief virtual eulogy on my father. Maybe the next one I'll give one about Yocheved. But a little bit about my father is that his whole life he grew up, he was never religious. I might have been his main source or his main connection to Yiddishkeit. And one of his favorite memories, and I know it was one of his favorite memories because the amount of times he would bring it up to me throughout my life, was when he was a taxi driver in Brooklyn. One of his fares came in, was a rabbi carrying a Sefer Torah wrapped in a talis. This rabbi had a few errands to run. Then they had a long drive to go to the destination, the shul that he was bringing the Torah to. And when it was time for the rabbi to pay up, he said, "Excuse me, sir, how much do I owe you?" My father zeroed out the meter when he wasn't looking, and he said, "Look at the meter. The meter says 0. You don't owe me anything." The rabbi was so impressed by this chesed. He had so much hakaras hatov. What did he do? He didn't just say, "Thank you so much." He didn't just give him a bracha. What did he do? He said, "Please come with me. You're Jewish, come with me." He dragged him into the shul. My father was a little reluctant, but he brought him into the shul. He gave my father a kippah. And then he gave my father an aliyah on that same Torah. The rabbi went around telling all the congregants, all the people that were there, "Do you know what this man did for me? He schlepped me back and forth to Timbuktu all around, and when it's time to pay up, he didn't charge me a penny." That chesed, that extra chesed that rabbi did a lasting impression on my father's soul, on his neshama. He had so much tzara in his life, between how his father passed, his sister, his mother. They were all very, very rough. He was never religious, so he didn't have that same comfort that someone who has a strong connection to Hashem had. And one of his most favorite memories was this rabbi sowing pure hakaras hatov, pure love for another Yid. And I think that is a lesson that we could all take from. We never truly know the value. We never know the value of what one chesed could do to someone, even if it's minor. Go that extra step. Go that extra mile. Change someone's whole life, because you'll never know what it'll mean to them. May you all have an amazing rest of your day. And of course, don't forget to stay inspired.